G'day folks, it's time for a late March Murray cod lure fishing session. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. This afternoon I'm going lure fishing for Murray cod from the banks, and I'm not sure what lures I'm going to be using because I've got the March Murray cod box from tackleclub.com.au. I have had a look in this just in case there was anything else that I needed to bring, which I didn't. We have a Spro Frog, a Gamakatsu King Daddy Spro. I've used these in a Tackle Club box that came out about 12 months ago. They're a great lure, they're very, very buoyant. I have, just got to be careful the wind doesn't blow this box off the tree. I have a Barrenbar Lures Baby Perch. I've also used one of these. Actually, last time I got one of these in a Tackle Club box, it also was about 12 months ago, and I caught a cod around about 70 centimetres long on it, or 60 or 70 centimetres. Whatever it was a nice fish, so I know they work. I've got a Damiki Mega Action, what is it, just a Damiki spinnerbait. We'll just call it a Damiki, is it a Turbulence spinnerbait? Anyhow, I've got a Damiki spinnerbait with a willow blade. I'll leave that in the box so the box doesn't blow away. And this is something I've never used before. This is something that's new. Chase Baits Flexi Frog. I've actually seen these advertised on Instagram quite a bit lately. Chase Baits have been promoting these. They look very similar to the Damiki Air Frog, but they come pre-rigged. They've already got a hook in them, and I'm looking forward to using them. I think they're going to go all right. Actually, what I'll do, I'll put my camera on my head, and I'll see if I can quickly open that now and have a look at one. So it's very similar to a Damiki Air Frog, but it already comes pre-rigged. You can see the hook under there. It's pretty much weedless the way the tip buries into the back of the frog there. I'm really looking forward to giving that a go later on tonight. So basically I've got one, two, I'm dropping stuff here because the wind's blowing things around. Basically I've got three lures, just three frog surface lures there. A spinnerbait, a diving lure down here, and another frog surface lure. So I've got two diving lures and a total of 5 surface lures. Awesome. Righto, let's look at what we've got. Let's break it down.
We have the Barrenbar Lures Baby Perch. It's $33. The Damiki MTS spinnerbait is $17.95 or $18. The Spro Bronze Eye Frog, $35. And the Chase Baits Flexi Frogs, $16.
For a grand total of $101.88. But if you've got a Tackle Club subscription, it is $69.99. So basically it's $100 worth of lures for $70. This is the March box. If you take out a subscription now, you'll probably get the April box or the May box, or it depends when you're watching this. But anyway, if you scan that barcode there, that will open up the e-magazine and you can see all about the stuff that's in this box and other fantastic information. And folks, remember, if you use my discount code Robbie10 at the checkout, you'll save a further 10%. Robbie10 for individual purchases, and Robbie10S for subscriptions. Right, with all that aside, let's go fishing. What am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the Damiki spinnerbait. And to make things just a little bit more challenging, I've got my old rod, my old NS1s with my right hand wind Abu reel. Why am I using my old rod and reel? Well, I'll tell you shortly. Now the water's not looking as good as I'd like it to look. Normally it's really dark in here. It's clearer and darker. So it's a bit off colour for some reason. Now why am I using my right hand wind? Because my left hand wind, my Daiwa Tatula, is away getting serviced. It was just getting a bit clunky and just due for a service. I could have brought the Venom fishing rod that it normally sits on, but I couldn't be bothered swapping reels over. This was already on this NS1s. This works, it's just going to take me a bit of getting used to casting it because it's a lot longer. I could have brought my Daiwa Fugo. I really like that reel. That's probably my favourite reel actually, but it's only got 14-pound braid on it. It's a little bit too light for my liking for this sort of fishing. This has got 50-pound Daiwa J braid. I wanted to stick with the heavier line, so that's why I've got my right hand wind on. Big old mud marlin swimming around in here. Big carp. See this? See how there's a leaf in the middle of the spider web? Well, Loretta explained this to me. What the spiders do, They pick the leaf up, they carry it all the way up into their web, put it in their web, and then the spider hides in the leaf. So there's probably a spider inside that leaf right now. Isn't that cool? Check out this big carp up here. See if I can foul hook one. And now. Oh. Bloody spiders, I'm finding them on my shirt, on my legs, on my arms. Got him, finally. Oh wow, that hasn't taken long at all. Oh, am I glad to feel this fish. It looks like a nice Murray cod, is it? It is a lovely Murray cod. On the Damiki spinnerbait. It's 6:15. I've been going 2 hours without as much as a touch. Nothing. Not a single touch. I'm trying to work out how I'm going to edit the video without any fish in it, because it'll just be a real short video. But thankfully, I've just caught my first fish. That is an absolute lifesaver. And gee whiz, did he whack it hard. Might drag him up here onto the damp ground and get a quick pick, because he's a lovely fish. Don't know how this is going to go. There's not much light down there. I hope I got that on film. It took 2 hours, but I'm on the board, and what a ripper fish it was. Right, I've just had a bit of a break, a drink of water. Now I've taken off the Damiki spinnerbait. Now that I've caught a fish on it, I've gone to the little Barrambar baby perch, the little diving lure, 80mm long. It's like a diving swim bait, and I know they work because I've caught fish on them before. Nice cast, Robert. Oh yes, it has paid off. Oh, you're only a really little one, tiny. I actually thought he's not as tiny as I thought. He's just not fighting at all. Yes, he's not a big fish, but mate, you could have fought harder than that. You just gave up. Ha ha! The Barrambar baby perch has struck. It's only a little cod, not as nice as the first one I got. It was a nice fish. I might even get off yet doing things like that. Here we go. I'll hold out quickly. Tiny little cod, only probably 30 to 30, not even 35 centimetres. I reckon about 32. I'll get him back in the water and get him unhooked and get him on his way. Righto, low light, so this might not work, but we'll try it. See you later, mate. Right, so I've caught a fish on each, the Damiki spinnerbait and now the little Barrambar Lures baby perch. Pretty soon I'll be tying on one of those chase baits surface frogs, because I reckon they look really awesome. I'm really looking forward to giving them a crack tonight. The things we do, the things you do for a goodoo or two. There's a fish just sitting there. My bet is it was probably a Carpio. Fox. Wondering what that noise was. I heard a bit of splashing. Uh-oh. That's very snagged. knocked off. That's why I brought this rod and not my other rod, because if I was using the my smaller rod with my Fugo reel on it, just for the sake of left-hand wind, I would have lost that lure then. It's only got 14-pound line on it. That's why I use such heavy line, 50-pound line. It's not so much to handle the fish. It's more to get lures back. Got him! Number 3, on the Barrambar baby perch, with a bit of weed on it. Hooked up to a fish and some weed, all together. How am I going to do this? Alright. I'll get it with my right hand so that I can wet my left hand. Right, now we're in business, because I want to hold it up like this. There you go, folks. Look at that. Lovely. It's only a very small fish, but it's covered in weed. Look at all the weed I've picked up with the lure. I reckon he was sitting in the weed waiting for a fish to swim past, and that little Barrambar perch was just that fish. Awesome, let's get him unhooked and get him back. Gone! Righto folks, I've caught 2 cod on the little Barrambar baby perch, 1 on the Damiki spinnerbait. Now it's time to go to one of the surface lures, and I think I'll go to that Chase Baits soft plastic frog, the Chase Baits Flexi frog. It actually looks very similar to the Damiki air frog, but it's got a different pattern on the feet. It's got a slightly different shape, and it comes pre-rigged. Let's go and see how it goes. Oh, well, it floats all right. That might seem obvious to a lot of you, but believe it or not, there are actually quite a few surface lures out there that don't float. They only work on the surface when they've got a bit of momentum. That looks good. I'm liking this. Casts well. Hope the fish like it as much as I like it. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Don't forget there'll be links in the video description below to Tackle Club, and if you use my discount code Robbie10 at the checkout, you'll get 10% off, and Robbie10S for subscriptions. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, want to give it a big fat thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.